Hi, my name is Peadar Forbes, and I am Director of Radio Platform Development at Analog Devices. I'm going to provide a quick overview of analog devices and then talk more about our solutions for the communications infrastructure market. So Analog Devices is a US-based technology solution provider that has been in business for over 50 years. We connect the physical world to the digital world. The real world is physical. Our technologies sense the physical world, typically using sensors or analog to digital converters, measure and interpret the data, process it, and then connect it downstream to the digital world, typically today to cloud-based solutions. We have over 9 billion in revenue. We address a large customer base, and we invest over $1.5 billion annually in research and development to keep that technology pipeline flowing. I'm going to focus now on our communications business unit, which accounts for about 20% of our revenue. At ADI, we predominantly provide solutions for the infrastructure side of the link and cover all base station form factors: massive MIMO, macro, and small cell, and all frequency bands from DC to daylight, including FR1 and FR2 bands. In developing our solutions, we have a systems level mindset, and we optimize for the whole system rather than optimizing for a single component or interface. Our solutions are built on a strong capability set, including a long established base in RF transceiver SoCs, which include our algorithms and signal processing that enhance the efficiency of base stations and make for more sustainable networks. Around the transceivers, we also provide solutions within the RF front end, power, and clocking and synchronization solutions that are co-optimized to provide optimized performance, size, power, and cost. We also co-develop with ecosystem partners, including power amplifier vendors, software stack vendors to ensure interoperability, contract manufacturers and ODM partners, and operators that help guide our long-term roadmaps. So Analog Devices is the world's leading supplier of 5G radio SoCs for infrastructure. We've been providing radio solutions into this market for over 3 decades now, all the way back to 1G. And if you go back just 10 years, base stations were built from a lot of discrete components, particularly in the radio. We led the industry in bringing a different architecture to the base station market that brought significant size, power, and weight reductions to the radio, initially providing over 100x area reduction. From there, we built on that and set the pace for the industry through 5 generations of radio technology leadership in terms of the level of integration and power consumption to enable more sustainable 5G networks. And these innovations have enabled 5G and massive MIMO in particular. So over 65% of 5G base stations use ADI transceivers. We enabled the first 5G deployments in Seoul in 2018 and led the charge with ORAN, where we partnered closely with NEC on their massive MIMO solution for the Rakuten ORAN deployment. On private networks, we are involved in a lot of early engagements, trialing and deploying the technology. So we don't just provide the radio, we also provide comprehensive reference designs consisting of hardware and software that cover all base station form factors, 44R, 88R, and massive MIMO. These include the eCPRI and Lo-Fi interface, the transceiver, synchronization, and power solutions. These solutions reduce design hurdles in radio development and accelerate time to market for our customers. And all of this enables a more resilient and robust ORU ecosystem. And finally, radio architecture matters. So co-location of base stations is an increasing challenge. If you look at this picture on the bottom right, this is a typical deployment with multiple radios in close proximity on a single mast that can interfere with each other. With the addition of C-band deployments at higher frequencies and wider bandwidths, that compounds this challenge. And the traditional way to solve this is simply to increase the filtering, but these are bulky and expensive. The radio architecture that ADI has chosen simplifies filtering and solves the co-location challenge, which results in lower weight, lower cost filters that are and deployments that are future-proofed. So it's really important to pay attention to the radio architecture and how that impacts the overall system. So that was a quick overview of analog devices and our solutions for the communications market. Thank you for listening. And if you have any questions, please email radioverse@analog.com. Thank you.